Well, good morning, Cleveland County. Deborah Blanton. I'm out here in Jim Earl's, actually it's Clyde Earl. That's what his good friends call him.
Yeah.
Out here in Clyde's turnip patch. Plus he's got some other things growing and we're going to be showing that. So good morning. Pardon my glove, but it's cold out here.
It's a little chilly. Not like it was Saturday at the farmer's market,
though. Oh no, I'm sure not. Yeah, no, it's I think the sun's going to shine today.
Yeah, good.
Well, listen, our folks in Cleveland County want to know how you got started in this, Clyde.
Well, my grandma, she lived to be 96, and my dad followed in her footsteps. As far as raising vegetables, they didn't sell it at the farmer's market. They raised it to eat, to survive.
Right.
And I got into it, I guess I've been into it over 50 years. And I was one of the charter members of the Shelby Farmer's Market.
Uh-huh.
Me and Lloyd Lewis went at the same time.
All right.
So I enjoy it. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it because it's hard work.
Yes, yes.
It's hard work. But I enjoyed it tremendously.
Well, I have to compliment you. You are one of the most consistent people there at the farmer's market. And your vegetables are beautiful. You display them beautifully.
Appreciate that.
With my limited experience at the farmer's market with my muscadines, it's a lot of work to pick all the vegetables, get them in your vehicle, take them down there, display them.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, and you're there Wednesday and Saturday.
Saturdays.
Uh-huh.
Except when I'm on vacation, and I enjoy that.
Well, of course, you used to work at PPG, right?
Worked there. This coming April, I'll be retired for 18 years, and I've worked there 40 years.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I'm 79 years old, and I'll be 80 in April.
Wow, wow. Well, that's great. Well, now, and what we have growing here, Clyde, we've got turnips, which we're going to pick on camera.
Okay.
And you've also got cabbage, collards, you've got a few beets, am I correct?
That's right.
Curly mustard.
Curly mustard,
okay.
And, got a few cabbage heads left, and of course, people at the farmer's market don't know me as Clyde.
No, I know. They know
Everybody knows me as Jim.
As Jim. Jim, don't forget, it's Jim.
Right.
And thank you for that.
Yeah.
And we've just talked about you probably will not be at the farmers markets during the winter months.
No,
am I correct?
No, I didn't participate last year because I just got limited stuff, and it's just they don't have all that much room in there, no way.
Oh, well, of course,
yeah.
Of course.
So other people that's got, like Lloyd's got produce, and Alan Hall's got meat and stuff that he sells. So they'll have plenty.
They'll manage.
Yeah,
sure,
they'll have
sure.
plenty.
But if anybody's interested, they could come out here to your farm, correct?
They could come, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll welcome them to come. And anytime they want to.
All right, and the address for here is
1234 Bellwood Lawndale Road.
1234 Bellwood Lawndale Road.
I say 1234 instead of 1234.
Oh yeah, but that's a great address. I think.
Yeah, you can't forget it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. Let's pull up some turnips just so the people can see how they grow and how you pick them. Okay.
Well, what I did when I planted this, I had the land broke, and I used one of those small seed spreaders. Just walked out through here and put the seeds down.
All right.
I put my turnips on this part and my curly mustard on that part.
Okay.
At the end of the field, and I didn't cover them up. I just left them.
You really?
And whenever it rained, they went into the soil and you got turnips.
I'll be darned. Well, farming's not as hard as it looks sometimes.
And this is a good sized turnip to eat.
Of
course, we've got all different sizes in here. And here you can see the difference in it, and was planted at the same time, and you got different sizes.
And I guess that depends on how much water they got then. Would that be?
Whenever it germinated and come up, one of them probably came up before the other one, and that's the reason they're bigger and different sizes.
Certainly, certainly. So the bigger one here's the older one.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
I don't know how many you might want.
Well, I think our chef's going to need a couple pounds.
I'm going to try to get them all about the same size.
That'll be great.
Now
that looks like a radish. Wow, that's beautiful. And so really, and now did you water these?
No.
You did not water these? And of course our fall was so dry, I'm just amazed they look as good as they do.
Well, they finally got some rain and they started growing pretty good. I'm going to try to get the ones about the same size.
All right, that's fine. Now these smaller ones, I guess they'll keep growing through the winter, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can eat these on up until next year. I'm going to pull that one anyway. He's getting pretty big.
I'll just pop him in here. That's great, great, great.
And a lot of people will buy the turnips, cook the turnips, and they'll put the turnip greens in with them. Yeah.
Oh, sure, sure.
Are you, is that box going to be able to hold them all?
Well, yeah, but I won't be able to carry it. So
no.
I'll hold it. Oh, stick that little baby one in there.
Which one?
That one you just tossed aside. See how little that is?
Well, that will make a big one later on.
Yeah, well, you want to plant it?
No.
Replant it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I don't want it to go to waste. All right, there's another baby one. That's fine. Stick him in there.
Need to wash him.
Well, that's fine. Our chef knows they're coming straight from the garden.
Okay. I'm looking for the bigger ones. Or one that's mature.
Now, Jim, also, and it's getting heavy. I'm going to set that right down right there.
I think sometimes they'll do like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still good, but it don't look good.
Right.
I'll lay that down.
Right. Now, in the summertime, of course, you have your regular customers, and they know you have all sorts of other vegetables in the summertime.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Jim, listen, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I really appreciate this. And we'll be in the kitchen cooking your turnips. And if anybody wants any of this great your vegetables, they can come here this winter.
Yep. If they give me a call first, I'll be expecting them.
All right. Well, and your number is?
704-538-7765.
538-7765.
Yep.
There you go.
Area code 704.
Right. Thank you, Cleveland County. Stay tuned. We'll be in the studio talking about the nutritional value of turnips here in just a minute.
Right here, right now, right here, right now.
Here in Cleveland County, many children struggle to develop due to the lack of guidance and shortage of positive role models. At the Boys and Girls Club, we make it our team's mission to aid your child in becoming a better student and, more importantly, a better person with a brighter future.
When your child comes to the club, you can be assured they are being guided in a manner that is beneficial to the growth as an adult that is visible in their lives. Please consider giving your child the opportunity to be the absolute best they can possibly be.
Please support your local Boys and Girls Club today.
Cleveland County, welcome back. I'm in the studio with Nancy Abassier-Kong, who is the Director of Consumer Sciences for the Extension Department, Cooperative Extension. And as you already know, we're talking about turnips today. And Nancy has a turnip in her hand. Of course, you saw us pulling up turnips in the first part of the program, so you know they come out of the ground. And this is one of these turnips. You see the roots at the bottom, lots of roots, with the turnip part, the fleshy part.
Right.
But of course, it also has greens that are edible, which we didn't talk about in the first part of the program. So Nancy, what's good about a turnip?
Okay, Deborah, there's lots good about a turnip. And it's one of the vegetables that a lot of people are not that familiar with. So it's a good opportunity for us to introduce turnips to some and just reacquaint turnips with others who have been using them for years. But turnips are a unique vegetable in that you do eat the bulb or the root portion as well as the greens. And there are some varieties that are grown for the tops, for the greens, and some that are grown more for the bulb. Because if you continuously let the tops mature and keep cutting the tops, then that does compromise the bulb some.
Of course. But what you're saying is if you're growing it for the greens, you can cut the greens off, then more will come out?
Right. And you'll keep, you'll have the bulb also that can be eaten.
Right.
But they will be smaller or not as
tender maybe, or
right. You want to select the bulbs when they are small to medium size. About maybe the size of a tennis ball, something like that.
All right.
Or it could be a little bit smaller. If they're smaller, they're called baby turnips and don't have to be peeled. But these, fully mature turnips, you would peel them before you use them. But then you have the bulb or the root portion, which is high in vitamin C, is actually the main nutrient in the bulb portion of the turnip. And then the greens are also, of course, very nutritious. We've talked about leafy greens before.
Yes.
And they have vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, and many other nutrients, folate, some other things in the greens portion.
Okay.
But so healthy all the way around.
Right, but what I'm hearing you say is the greens are even more, they have more nutrients than the bulb part.
That's correct. Right. The greens are more nutrient dense than the bulb. But both are good and both are nutritious.
Yes.
And certainly vitamin C is one of the vitamins that are key, for us to have, and we do get that from turnips, which of course you usually think of vitamin C with citrus kinds of things.
Yes. Oh, that's good.
Surprise.
Good. All right, well now, so we go to the store or we go out to Jim Earl's farm and buy some turnips. How do we preserve them?
Okay. The other place to look for turnips, of course, is at the farmer's market.
Yes.
They can be grown in our area in the spring as well as in the fall.
Right.
So be sure, and of course at the grocery store you can get them year round, or at other farm stands. We do have some other stands with fresh produce here in our county. But when you bring them home, most likely they will be somewhat washed off, but you'll store them in the refrigerator unwashed until you're ready to use them.
Okay.
So you don't wet them and then put them in the refrigerator.
Right.
So bring them home, put them in a plastic bag.
Like a plastic grocery bag?
It could be a grocery bag, because again, and you'll have the root maybe still on.
Right.
Or they may be, I did see some at a local market that already had the tops trimmed off, and also this taproot was trimmed. So that again, you can just put in a plastic bag, grocery bag, or a Ziploc type bag, either one.
Sure.
But just loosely in the coldest part of the refrigerator, you're crisper. They'll stay there a few days, up to a week, maybe 2 weeks. If they stay longer, though, they tend to get bitter. So
good point.
Plan to purchase about what you're going to use
within a week's period of time.
Or so, within about a week.
That's
or
good.
you can can them or freeze them. And of course, we'll have information for that on our fact sheet.
Right.
Telling
but now by canning, of course, that's a cooking process. Freezing, you just wouldn't cut up a turnip and freeze it.
You would blanch it.
So
go ahead and cut it up, peel it, wash it, peel it, cut it up, blanch in boiling water or steam for 3 minutes, depending on the size of the pieces you've cut, but about 3 minutes. Take that out immediately, put it into your cold ice water. Take that out, drain it. And then you're ready to freeze.
Oh, that's perfect.
You can spread it out on a tray and you'll have individual pieces. That way you can add turnip pieces to your soups, vegetable soups. Or your stews, different things like that, casseroles even. Without having a mass block. But you'll have individual pieces that you can easily drop in what you need and save the rest for later.
Certainly. And I could see using some of those with, like, if you make mashed potatoes, you could drop in a few turnip pieces.
That's right. Have turnips and mashed potatoes, just like you could cauliflower. And of course, turnips are in the same family as cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cabbage. Those kinds of things are all in the same family. Now the greens, would you preserve them? I mean, you'd probably cook them, right? Right. Cook them, or you can freeze greens, again, by blanching. By blanching. Right. And we'll have that information with the times and how you count your blanching time. When the water returns to a boil, then you're ready to start your timing. The time, 3 minutes. 3 minutes for certain size cubes of, like your turnip, if you've cut it up into some pieces. It might vary, different things. Greens, you would also blanch. So we would look at the type of greens or the type of product, and we'd know how many minutes to blanch. All right. Well, that's wonderful. Well, folks, we have a versatile vegetable right here, top and bottom. We can cook them. We can freeze them for later use. And I would eat them raw. Oh, thank you for bringing that up. Eat them raw, almost like an apple. Right, or grate them, or maybe thinly sliced to go in a salad, or grate them with apples. There's a recipe for what I would almost call a turnip apple slaw that will be in our fact sheet. Well, Cleveland County, you know how versatile this vegetable is, and it's very economical. So it's one of your greater vegetables, nutrient-wise, and very, very cheap. So stay tuned. We're going to cook this baby in the kitchen.
Hi, I'm Linda Hopper, and I'm excited about Woman to Woman right here on C19 TV. Each month, my guest and I would chat about issues relating to women in general, but with a special focus on women right here in Cleveland County. Our topics will range from serious issues such as domestic violence and workplace challenges to fun topics such as fashion and healthy lifestyles and much, much more. So please join me as we discuss the issues, interests, and inspiration of women everywhere on Woman to Woman.
Hi, I'm Steve Putnam, and I'd like to invite you to join me for the next Talk of the Town. Each week I get to meet with some of the most interesting people in Cleveland County, and each show is packed with information you need to know to stay connected to our community. From promoting upcoming events to discussing local subjects that impact you, Talk of the Town has a little something for everyone. Plus, we're on every day, so it's easy to catch up with us. That's Talk of the Town. Every day, every week, right here on C19 TV, Cleveland County's channel. Only on Time Warner Cable.
Welcome back, Cleveland County. We're here in the kitchen, Cooperative Extension kitchen, with our Tommy Green, a chef you've seen before, and that's Green with an E. I always like to clarify that. And he is decked out with his holiday apron. And I have my holiday shirt on as well. So this is the month of December, and we have selected turnips, as you already know. And we're here to cook up a wonderful dish. And Tommy, tell us about it and tell us what you're going to be doing.
Okay, we're going to do glazed turnips. And what you do is you, of course, wash the turnip real well and get any dirt or mud off of it. Trim the root end and then cut the greens off the top of it. And then peel it with the vegetable peeler and then slice it horizontally in half.
Well, but you're going to do that right now.
I'm going to do that.
Well, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's just don't talk about it.
All right.
We're wasting time here. All right, that's the root. And I'll take the greens because we know we could cook these greens up for another dish at some point in time.
Right.
Now, you're using now that works really good.
Yes.
And you prefer that over a knife?
I do.
Okay, and you might want to do that up here. I'll clean up your mess. Do it right here so the people can see you doing that.
Okay.
Using that, I know you won't cut me.
No.
Okay. So, and I believe Nancy Abasiekong said that if you get them smaller, that you don't even have to peel them. You can eat the outside as well. So, but this is probably more of an adult bulb.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we're taking all the majority of the top off and the little dark things right here on it. Okay, that's good enough. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right.
And then you cut it horizontally in half.
Ooh, be careful.
Yep.
And I'm sure your knives are sharp as can be.
Right. And then you quarter it.
Okay. So if you had a larger one, you'd cut it more,
Yes.
correct?
Exactly.
All right, and you get all sorts of other little imperfections off of it.
And then you put it in a skillet, and you should have about 2 pounds of the turnips.
Okay.
Put it in a skillet.
Okay.
Put a cup and a half of water.
All right.
And 2 tablespoons of butter.
Okay.
And 1 tablespoon of sugar and a half teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
And bring that to a boil. Cover it, and occasionally take the cover off and stir it, but you boil it for 10 minutes.
Okay, what you're doing, you're cooking the turnip.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay, then after 10 minutes, you remove the cover and continue to boil it for 8 minutes.
All right.
Until most all the moisture is evaporated.
All right.
Then you...
Which is what we have here now.
Right.
Okay.
This has been done through the 8 minutes. Then you put it back on a burner on medium-high heat.
Okay.
And brown them for 5 minutes. Let me set the timer.
Okay, that'll be good. He's got his phone here and it's just clicking away, clicking away. All right, now what are we going to do for the 5 minutes, Tommy?
Saute them.
Okay.
And until they're browned a little bit.
Okay.
And then at the end of the 5 minutes, you add 3 tablespoons of water, and that forms the glaze. And the glaze comes from the butter and the sugar and the salt.
Which is already in there.
Already in the pot.
Okay, all right.
Or skillet.
All right, okay. Okay, and we hear it cooking. We hear it cooking. All right, I'm going to bring your water over here because we probably should shorten our time up just a little bit, Tommy, just a little bit.
Okay.
Because, you know, we have about 10 minutes for this section. So where are we? We're down to...
4 minutes.
Okay, well, probably about 3 we're going to call it good. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
It sounds okay.
That'll be fine.
Good deal. And, of course, we learned all... And I know you cook turnip greens, too, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And is there any special way we can talk about that? Any special way you cook your turnip greens?
Well, I cook turnip greens just the same way I did collards in a previous show I was on.
Right.
And what the thing that's different about the way I cook them is I add the vinegar with them when you're cooking them.
Okay, right, I remember.
And I think it enhances the flavor.
And wine.
Oh, yes.
Didn't you add wine?
White wine, yes.
White wine, okay. Well, there we go. All right, let's see, where are we? Oh, 3, okay. When it gets down to 3, we're going to say they're ready to go, Tommy. Okay. Because we don't want to run over time. All right, that's good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Add water.
Then you add 3 tablespoons of water.
3 tablespoons, okay. All right, that's perfect, okay.
And stir it around so that the glaze is formed and the turnips become glazed.
Okay, and what the glaze again is, just a reiteration, it's the butter and the sugar that you've already added to begin with to cook it down. Okay.
And the salt.
And the salt, always, okay, great.
And it's not very much salt. And the turnips can be kind of bitter, and the reason you add the sugar is to cut down on the bitterness.
Combat that, of course. And I'm just thinking, sitting here with all of this, could we add a little garlic to that too at some point?
Certainly.
Now, would we add it now, or would we have added it when we first started cooking?
I would have added the start of the last 5 minutes.
The last 5 minutes. All right. Well, that's good. Good deal.
And then, of course, we add Italian flat leaf parsley that's been chopped finely.
Now,
and I add that to the dish once I put it in the dish.
Oh, okay. Is this raw or is this dried?
No, that's raw.
This is raw. Okay. All right. Well, let's scoop it up. Okay. And the name of this recipe is glazed turnips?
Turnips.
Glazed turnips. Fabulous.
And it really makes an excellent side dish with most meats.
Oh, of course, certainly. Or if you're a vegetarian.
Oh, yeah.
Almost the main course. I mean, you could make it that way.
Certainly could.
All right. Well, that sounds great. All right. Beautiful. Oh, how pretty. Now, are we going to add a little?
No, I just...
Oh, you just brought that.
Brought that.
Got that.
Put
as a demonstration.
To put in the water.
Okay.
When I boiled them.
All right. And that's... Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just do this.
Okay.
If we could just set this right here. Okay. And we have a beautiful turnip dish. Well, Tommy, I can't thank you enough for doing this. Thank you
you're welcome.
And Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas to you, and Merry Christmas to the fans.
Oh, that's great. Yes, absolutely. See you next year, and thanks for tuning in.